Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of SkyFactory 4. In the last episode we worked on our storage system, so we've got a pretty good storage system for all of the things we are generating here in huge quantities, apart from obviously cobblestone isn't kept here. We've got cobblestone kept over there, but that's fine. I kind of want it over there, didn't need it over here. And this is what it looks like. I did put a roof on it and I did bring these pillars up, but we are running into a small issue, and that small issue is this. This is clogging up, and I kind of want to deal with that in this episode. Now, it's not clogging up to the extent where there isn't any space left, but as you can see, this one particularly is getting chocker. The rest are kind of okay. That one's got a little bit in it, but yeah. So we're going to want to free up some space in this chest, and to do that, we want to increase the rate at which items are pulled out of it. And the best way to do this is obviously to upgrade our servos. We could upgrade to, I think we'll just go with this one. The reinforced one is electrum. Actually, we could do the reinforced one, but I don't know if these pipes will handle the reinforced one. So we're going to try and get up to the ardent one, but the problem with that is it requires invar, which means we need to get ourselves some nickel and alloy some nickel and some iron together. So, if we have a little look at nickel, we can see that to get nickel, we need... I'm sure that there was we need nickel amber, of course. And to get nickel amber, where's the... I am almost certain that this had a bonsai. Okay, but let's just go to the nickel sapling. And this gets us all the stuff that we need. Obviously, the issue that we face with this is we actually need some molten nickel to actually get this sort of set up, and for that we need an iron sapling, and we've got the iron sapling, but we need to focus on getting the molten nickel. Now thankfully we can use petrified resin, bone resin and sand resin with some cocoa beans to go ahead and get ourselves some nickel. So let's grab ourselves some cocoa beans, let's grab ourselves some what was it, we needed sand and clay and petrified, wasn't it? Was that right? Let me just double check that before I go ahead and do this. It's petrified, bone, and sand. Okay, so sand, bone, and petrified. There we go. And now we're only going to need 2 of these. So let me just grab that out of there, and let's get that poured out there, and let's make ourselves this nickel amber. I'm going to make myself 2 pieces just to be sure. And then, while this extracts from here, let's have a little look at something else that I want to do. Because, like I said, we're going to need invar. And to get invar, we need to be able to alloy. And I don't think that this can actually alloy. So it means that we're going to have to work on the next step, which is the next Tinkers Smeltery. And I just want to make a makeshift one for now, just a temporary one. We will get into it more later, but for now I think I just want to put a makeshift one over here. But to do that, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a bunch of gravel, a bunch of sand, and a bunch of clay. So I'm going to just put this away, which was the clay, the bone, and the sand, wasn't it? The petrified, it goes there. And for this we're going to need a bunch of gravel, a bunch of sand. Oh, hello. Let me go and craft this up. We're going to need quite a... Oh, we're not going to need that much of a portion now. I'm thinking about it, actually. So if we go to gravel here, we can craft ourselves some gravel. I think a stack should do. I mean, we're only making a small one. We're not making a huge one like I normally do. That'll come later on. And, of course, now we can actually see if this alloys, because we've got nickel amber. So if we put that in there, we'll see if this actually alloys with this. I don't think it's going to, but we can hope. We can hope. So let's grab these, pop those away, grab ourselves some sand, and grab ourselves some clay. Where's the clay? There it is. Because we are going to need some of this for this. But once we actually get it up and running, we can make ourselves the seared brick necessary a little bit later on. A little bit easier, should I say. So, let's go to sand, make ourselves some sand. Not as much sand as I would have liked. Seems we are out of sand resin, which is unfortunate. But let's get ourselves some clay. And there we go. And then what we need to do is we need to make something called grout, which is this little stuff here. And we actually get quite a bit, so that may be enough. That may just be enough. So let's pop this away in here for now. Actually, you guys stay with me. And let's just go ahead and say that both of my smelters are currently working quite heavily on this. So actually, if I go ahead and just say, you know what, let's switch those over there. Let's switch those over there. And then let's just do that. And then that'll get drained into these as and when. And this will get our grout. So grout is used to make the advanced Tinkers Smeltery, the sort of successor to this little thing here. But that is not going to do because there's no lava. This is a little bit of a problem. We have to keep doing this, but there's not really much I could do about that, unfortunately. I mean, we could hook up something to automate this, but I think we'll be alright. So grab that, pop that in there, do that, give ourselves 4 good buckets of lava. Yeah, it's got to be good buckets. Can't be bad buckets. Can't be molten lava with a diamond in it. No, it's got to be good buckets. Okay, so I don't think this is actually going to alloy in here because this is just a smelter. But we'll see. If it alloys, we're good. If it doesn't, I didn't think it would look different than fluid in the melter. Okay, I mean, we're just going to get 3 ingots out of there. And like I said, we want to make ourselves the nickel one. So if I just pop these in here, as you can see, this is taking some time to actually get extracted. But what I want to do is I want to grab ourselves, we've got the iron, I've got everything that I need. Because we are going to want another hopping bonsai for this nickel. So let's grab, I needed the iron sapling, that's why I ran over here. I knew I ran over here for something. So these ones are over here. This one's iron, right? Let's grab ourselves an iron sapling. We'll coat this with the nickel and get ourselves a nickel sapling. Something that's actually not in the advancements, but it is what it is. Let me grab some. I did make up some brick. And I do want that, and I do want that, and that. Cool. So what I want to do is I want to make a hopping bonsai. So we do that. Oops, I need to make up the hopper. Which is that with a chest. There we go. So there's our hopping bonsai pot, which is good. And now let's get out our last piece of iron that's in here, which means we've got nickel in here, which is good. And let's put that. Coat the iron sapling in nickel. That leaves us 1 in there. Pop those in there. We can actually turn that back on now. And our nickel sapling is here. Now, I do believe that I have some mulch left over. I'm almost certain that I have mulch left over. There we go. Brown mulch. Good. And we've got ourselves a chest. So we go ahead and we can pop this over here. And we can add the nickel to our list of stuff that's... I need a server. Of course I need the server. Why would I think that I had a server? I mean, why would I have a server over there? I don't. We got a chicken. Oh, and I have decided what I'm going to do for between... these bits here, the sort of like the 3 wide and the 5 wide is going to be that path block. So it's going to be this. But I need to let the grass spread. So it is kind of doing that, doing its thing at the moment. So let's get quickly over here and we can get ourselves the nickel up. And then I'm going to let the grout sort of smelt. So this is a normal chest, which is good that I actually grabbed the, what you might call it, the trapped chest. Let's pop that there. Pop that in there and pop the nickel sapling in there. I never grabbed the servo, but actually I'm not going to grab the servo because I'm going to let this, it's putting stuff in here. I actually don't want it to put stuff in there, which is a little bit of a problem. I just wanted to extract. You know what? I can just always break it because I do want the, oh, if I break it, it means those aren't going to, oh. And it's just dumping stuff in this chest. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. Okay, I'm going to stick a server on there. I'm going to let that run for a little bit so we can get ourselves some nickel. And I will be back with you as soon as this grout here has smelted up. Welcome back, guys. And I've got a little platform in there. We've got the nickel now all sorted. The nickel's doing lovely, and we'll get into that a little bit more in a minute when we make invar. But right now, we need to make a smeltery that's capable of making invar. And to do that, we need the Tinkers Smeltery. And that thing is a rabbit hole. Not a big one, but it is a little bit one. I did make up some more grout because I don't think we're going to have enough here. So I'm going to make ourselves 2 faucets. We need a casting table and a casting basin. We're going to need ourselves 2 of these drains like so. And then we're going to need ourselves a controller. And then we're going to need ourselves a tank. And I am missing a piece of glass, but a piece of glass isn't the end of the world. So we grab our glass there. We grab our seared brick. We take our seared brick round. And there we go. So these are the main things that we need. And then we need a bunch of seared brick. Like so. Okay. Now, the smeltery can be built in a multitude of different ways. But I do believe this is actually part of the advancement. So I just want to grab my advancement book real quickly here. There we go. And have a little bit of a look at this. I'm sure. No. Okay. Oh, place an alloy time between 2 more. Aha, so you can alloy using the Tinker's complement. Okay. That's something we're going to have to get into a little bit later on. I don't see an actual one for the Tinkers Smeltery. You watch it be further down the line, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, so maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm skipping stuff. We could do other stuff, but nah. We'll get into the actual alloying bit of that Tinker's complement a little bit later on. Because I do want to progress. Like, I do want to start building the base over here. And I definitely want you there to be a stone feel as you go into it. And the further and deeper you go into the base, the more sort of like grander it becomes. Okay, so first of all, this is what we're going to do, okay? And then we're going to take one around the outside. So, this can be 1x1, 3x3, 5x5, 7x7. I don't know if it could be 9x9. I've never tried a 9x9. But, yeah, I always like to just go ahead and go with the 3 to begin with. Because it just makes it... Well, normally, actually, I go for a 5x5. But in this pack, I'm going to go with 3x3. Just because I can't be bothered to wait for the grout. And I want to progress through. And if I'm going to progress at the rate that I want to progress at, I'm going to have to be a little bit on the quicker side here. So, this is the Tinkers Smeltery. Now, it's not complete because we need to put the controller in it. But if we put the controller in it, we can't actually do anything at the minute. And that's because it's not registering this as complete. To actually make this complete, we need to do a couple of things. And the first thing that we need to do is we need to add some, well, these technically don't need to be added to make it complete, but we're going to add them anyway. We need to add a drain. And I'm going to add a drain there. And I'm going to add a drain here. I'm going to add a faucet here. I'm going to add a faucet here. And I just realized I put these in the complete wrong place. But this will do, this will do, this is fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. So, it does work. You can put these anywhere on them. The corner blocks really don't matter in the Tinkers Smeltery, okay? These corner blocks, you don't need them. So you just need these ones, and particularly these ones. Okay, but still, this isn't going to let us do anything because we are still missing one very important part. And I'm going to put that part right here. And that part is a tank. So as we put that tank there, you'll see we start to get particles and we can now interact with this. So, if we were to take some iron and some nickel, let's grab some iron, let's grab some nickel. We need to grab some nickel first. I am missing one small step here, but it's not a major step that we haven't already gone over, so it's something that I feel that you'll understand. So, I need to find nickel. Let's see if it's even come through here yet, because I haven't actually gotten to the point where I've put these in a chest. Doesn't look like we're getting nickel through the system just yet. So let's go over to the chest where it's producing and see if we grab some from here. Nickel and nickel. This will do. This would be fine. This will be fine. And we'll obviously we'll get to that later. Sorting that out a little bit more. So We need nickel amber, and we need what you would call it amber. So nickel amber, which is here, and we can make that like this. So we'll make 10 of those, and we need iron amber as well. So let's get ourselves some iron amber. If I could spell iron, would be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? We'd get so much further. There we go. So this alloys to make invar, which is exactly what we need. Now the step that I was missing, the all-important step that I was missing, which isn't a big deal because we've been through this before, but evidently I'm missing a bucket. But you basically need lava to make it work. Without lava, it isn't going to work. So let's just quickly sleep. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some lava into the system so we can get it to work. I do want to see if there's a way to automate the lava in this episode as well. So we'll get into that as well. But I think that one bucket should do for now. So if I go... Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Actually, pop the lava in there. Good. So yeah, so if I put in here, if I go... let's just do 5 iron and 5 nickel. Because I can't remember what the... Okay, let's just do 4 and 4 because it's not big enough. So you can actually get more slots. If you look, we've only got 9 slots. You can build this up as high as you like, as to build limit if you like. And each layer will add another 9. And you get 1 space per 1 block inside of it. But we're going to work on actually automating this a little bit more. So let me get this smelter down and I'll be back with you in a minute. So welcome back, and I think the nickel has now smelted down, so we can go ahead and we can check to make sure that it has alloyed into invar, which we do. We have 1 block and 3 ingots. So let's just go ahead and of course I've made that mistake. It's been one of those days, guys. I tell you, it's been one of those days, and I just realized, is my smooth lighting on to maximum because this lighting looks dodgy here. But anyway. Of course, it's been one of those days. I think I have some more nickels lying around here somewhere that I can throw in to make that up. Rather than having to withdraw it, and all I wanted was 1 block of invar. So, let's get that nickel in there and get that smelted down. We can actually top this up. So I tried to automate the cobble going into this, but unfortunately I couldn't do it. I tried a hopper and I tried some pipes and it just didn't seem to want to work either way. So unfortunately we are out of luck with that. So I want to go ahead and grab this to show you what I mean when I said that we could go higher with this. So there we go. Now unfortunately you don't get a lot when it comes to actually the seared brick, but if we were to go up 1, we'd get additional space in here. Oh no, I actually don't want that. There we go. Like so, we go up another 1, like so. And while this isn't particularly needed, it is nice to have that additional space. So let's go in here. Now, as you can notice, there are 2, and we've got a lot more space. There are 2. And well, we've got nickel, we've got invar. We want the nickel, so if you just click the nickel, it moves it to the bottom. Whichever one is at the bottom is the one that it's going to extract. So let's let it extract this. We are going to build a better version of the Tinkers, probably in the upcoming episode actually. It is definitely something that I want to get into a little bit more. I think it would be nice to actually have it looking out onto our plaza, because we are going to start work on the base relatively soon, or at least the front facade. Like I said, the base is going to get more and more better as we progress through. So let's just get this invar out, because this is the main thing that I actually wanted to do in this episode, was get the invar there. So let's grab that. Now, while that does, what are the ways of making lava? So we've got a cauldron. So, I mean, is it possible? I wonder. Is it possible? We've got the iron to actually make ourselves a cauldron. I'm wondering if the iron cauldron, the standard vanilla one, might accept an input. I mean, I don't know if it's going to, but let's just have a little look at a cauldron, because we've got all of these different cauldrons, and it doesn't actually say whether or not they can. So, I mean, I guess we won't know till we try. I don't think it's going to, but at the same time, it's not like I'm short on iron. It's not like it's going to be that difficult to try. So, it helps when you actually make the thing that you want to make. So let's just pop that there. Interesting. They connect to a drying rack, but they don't connect to the cauldron. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So, yeah. Let's have a quick look at the way to make lava. I mean, we could very easily automate it using the other melter. But that requires obsidian. Seems like our best option is a more awkward method. But that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. So now we've got invar. And I am going to show you how you can get seared brick really easy and really quickly in a moment. But right now, let's do this. So I'm going to need some nuggets. I'm going to need some redstone. And I'm going to need some thingy. Tell you, my allergies are playing me up. So I apologize if it feels like my talking is a little bit off today. You know, I'm just going to type in servo. I'll bring up less stuff. There we go. So now we got 4 hardened servos, which is awesome. And we should be able to go ahead and plant these on here. I don't know if I could just right click them on or if I have to actually break them. No, I do have to break them and replace them. So let's just break these. I know we could use a wrench on them, but I don't have a wrench. This was just what was available, so Subi. And hopefully this allows us to be able to keep up with the demand, because now we're extracting a quarter stack as opposed to just a regular eighth of a stack. So it should increase the rate at which they are dumped into the system, but I don't know if we're going to struggle with the pipe capacity or not. I don't know if we need to upgrade the pipes. Let's have a little look at the pipe first. Decreases path length dramatically. Okay, so that's obviously one option, but the next one up is these. The next one up is, I don't know. I thought it was these ones, but that seems like a lot. I was just led. So I think this is where we need to be. So hopefully we should see these actually start to get decreased. So hopefully when we come back here later on, maybe next episode, things will be a little bit more on the, you know, not so used up scenario space. Struggling for words there. It's early on a Monday morning, sue me. This is my first video after a weekend of watching NCIS. Okay, so let's get into how we can make ourselves some seared brick really easily. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, you know what, this has done its job. So I'm going to nick this, and I'm going to nick that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I got what I wanted. Yes, because bottom line is, do I have a? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to put a servo here, and I'm going to switch from using hoppers to using servos, just because it's what I've got on me, or these item ducts anyway, because I don't feel like going all underneath. So I'm going to say ignore. And I'm gonna change that, because just like we automated that thing over there, we can automate this. There we go. And I'm going to decrease this to 15, which is what we had it at before. Requires redstone to be on. So when we turn that down, it is on, and that's going to get us, that's going to withdraw all of this stuff out of there for us automatically and put it in there. But like I said, there is a way that we can get even more into this system. So I'm going to wait till this is extracted. Actually, you know what? I can do it this way. I can do it this way. I just realized I can do it this way. So I'm going to, again, utilize this. And I'm going to utilize a servo. Again. Now remember how I said that I was going to show you how to get seared brick really, really easily? Well, if you take cobblestone and you dump cobblestone into here. This will spout down into, you guessed it, seared brick. And then you just extract it into an ingot cast. It does take a fair bit to do, because you only get 1 seared brick per 1 cobblestone, and it does take a little bit to smelt down. So you do have to err on the side of, hey, this is going to take me a little while, but you get there in the end. You do. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make up some more buckets, because I feel like running all the way over there is a little bit too much. So I'm just going to make up 4 and get ourselves some of this. So we can automate this with something that does a right click function. It wouldn't be the end of the world, although since what you call it, item ducts don't take stuff out, I'm assuming neither do fluid ducts. So let's pop you in there, pop you in there, and you can add multiple tanks, which is probably something that we'll do down the line. But we'll probably have a specific room for this, a specific room for lava in the path. So I'm going to actually fill this chest up with cobblestone, because I do want a bunch of seared brick ready for when we do actually do this properly. And I think in the next episode, what I want to do is I want to get into actually starting to structure our base. I think that's something that I want to do. The next episode, I think we're going to just focus on structuring the base a little bit, because I do definitely want to get a room for this sorted out. But we're kind of flat here, so I think what I want to do is I want to focus on this part of the base, sort of like where we are going to go here. And this is perfectly fine to have this here, and we are going to need some more dirt. The only problem is it's taking time. But yeah, I kind of like this. So let's take a screenshot. And I think that's going to call it for this episode, guys. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So please do leave that like. And click subscribe if you want to see more from me. Guys, I'm Casey. I want to thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.